peace to everybody who tapped in to Turnbuckle Talk and BRP.
What the?
Ted D.
That?
I don't bless you.
Ted
Bless you.
DiBiase is great.
Ted DiBiase is crazy.
That's actually dope. That's actually dope. I really like that.
Ted DiBiase. There's something there. There's something there.
Yeah.
Now, peace to everybody who tuned into the special edition of Turnbuckle Talk this past Monday evening, immediately following the debut of Raw on Netflix. I know I was working and I was tired. I know everybody else had to be tired, but
it was given delusional. I was like,
I was drunk.
Yo, the next day at 3:00, I didn't know where the fuck I was, what I was doing, what I needed to do, how I needed to do it. All I knew is I tried to lay down. I was, that restless tired.
Yes.
What was it? Was it because you was hype about what you had just seen?
Because
you got the Oli Folly.
Too much.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this: we not doing that for this coming Monday after Raw. We gonna watch that episode, and then you'll see us on Thursday.
That was a special presentation.
Big facts. Big facts. But
what Raw next week is giving regular.
Well, I will say it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun too much, but with the word of the ratings that they gave out saying 4.9 million views for the debut, I'm not even going to say this next week. There probably will be a dip.
Oh, for sure.
Put your hand up on you.
I'm trying. Like, when do you think it's going to make sense? Because we're literally weeks away from the Royal Rumble. Like, and we're on the road to WrestleMania. Like, at some point, this number's going to get regular.
I think that WWE has been so strategic in how they're doing it, because the road to WrestleMania for both Raw and SmackDown is not in the United States. A lot of those dates are dates in Europe, overseas.
They on the road for real.
So it's going to be interesting, which is going to drive curiosity, I think, for the product, because right now I feel like what's interesting is that them having so many events in different places is creating this kind of competition between countries as to who can be the best crowd.
That's probably going to be it, yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to see. I think that, quite frankly, the company is in a renaissance. They're in a space where the bubble hasn't popped yet. I think the bubble is just getting bigger. But
I think there's probably some room to grow. There was a couple of people that I don't know about y'all. Were there anybody that may have been like former fans or people you didn't know was really into wrestling that hit y'all up?
They came back.
Yeah.
Yes.
There were a couple people hit me up on Twitter like, "Yo, this Roman Reigns Solo Sikoa match is the first wrestling match I ever seen."
I had women
ever.
It's ever.
I had women who hadn't watched in a while, but because they follow me on social media, they was like, "Oh, this on Netflix." I mean, look, because a lot of people don't have USA, right?
Right, and it was right there.
They looked at it, was like, this is giving me chills, because the nostalgia. I'm gonna tell you,
now horny. That was me.
Hey.
But the curtain drop, like, I think the nostalgia piece of it for the people who aren't like us, and I'm going to include me in us now, because I don't really consider myself. I still have a casual eye, but I'm not a casual anymore. I can accept that now.
Yeah, you've been hanging around with us too much.
But I am still going to read you for filth, because it needs to be a certain level.
Me?
But I will say that a lot of people who are casuals who haven't watched the product in a while, that opening got them. Nostalgia pieces got them. I had people telling me, "Oh my God, I'm crying because this is an interesting story." And shout out to my girl D. Her mom passed away, and she's very open about it. Her mom was a victim of substance abuse, and she messaged me on Facebook. She was like, "I'm crying because the last time I watched this was with my mother, and watching this opening, I saw all of the decades and the time that me and my mom and my brothers watched this, and I'm legit in here crying.
Make me cry in this bitch.
When she said that,
I'm emotional.
It made me realize that WWE is Americana. It's bigger than a wrestling promotion. They're right up there with McDonald's, Andy Warhol, Ford Motors.
They're embedded in the fabric. Yeah.
Apple pie.
Racism.
Yeah.
Racism in baseball.
Right.
They're up there. It's the mirror.
It's and that's the key, right? Because and I think Vince McMahon had a really big part in what's going on outside. All right, bet 6 months later, this is the storyline.
Yeah.
We're going to hold that up. One thing I saw a couple of people talking about before we get to the show, some folks were questioning about the numbers, which has been, I mean, I know these four are tired of me talking about, is it going to be Nielsen numbers? Is it going to be Netflix numbers? They said that this is how the numbers read. 2.6 million households apparently watched the Netflix debut of Raw versus the 1.2 million households that had watched Raw on average in 2024. Variety pointed out though that it's difficult to do like a 1-to-1 comparison because the numbers aren't the same. Nielsen, they were doing it like they do every television show. They're doing half hours, they're doing quarter hours, they're seeing how many people drop based off of demos, whatever. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Netflix is looking at the total amount of views and they're dividing it by how long the show is. And that's how they're getting whatever number that they're giving, that 4.9 million, the 2.6 million households, which again, you don't know how many people that really means. So the thing is though, I mean, if you want to compare numbers, the last episode of Raw on the USA Network did approximately 1.596 million viewers over a 2-hour time frame. So it's definitely number to number. It's a big jump, but I mean, it was going to be a big jump. We're talking The Rock. I mean, I don't know how long he'd been advertised, but like day up Monday, you knew The Rock was there and The Rock was going to be doing something. You've got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa facing each other for the Lola Falana. You've got Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan facing each other for that Women's World Championship. Plus, you've got a Drew and Jey Uso match. Plus, you've got CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Like, even if, and I saw some chat or some chatter in the chat about how the show, I've seen people talking on the time how there wasn't a lot going on. It was a lot of, they were hyping up what was the move, and you got to see, certain matches, but I guess for some people it didn't feel like, it wasn't given whatever big fight feel they thought it was going to be, whatever PLE energy they thought it was going to give. Regardless, you feel what I'm saying? Like, regardless, they did. We were talking. There was a lot of stuff where it was like you could tell that they were trying to educate you on some of these storylines and some of these people. They definitely gave you some of the. They gave you the Roman Reigns. They gave you how many damn celebrities was around that ring. We'll talk about this probably a little bit. I thought Travis Scott was supposed to be doing a song. That man came out there with an unopened can or whatever and a spliff.
That nigga ain't do no song. That nigga did drugs.
I'm off these motherfucking drugs. Yeah. They hit that fiend and that shit turned up. But you know what I mean? It was spectacle. You know what I mean? And that's what they wanted to make it the biggest event in the land.
I wonder if that belt is going to be a thing.
No.
Which
one?
No, that was his thing. That's
which his thing? They gave that to him.
Belt?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I saw him. That's the one Triple H gave him during was it the Complex Con weekend or whatever?
I didn't know if they were going to reintroduce that or something like that.
Nah, I think he's a fan, Yeah, and it's a
fan, and he holds the license for Cactus Jack, so that's the correlation. That's the relationship. Yeah.
Gotcha. I will say this though. I feel like, and Mimi, you brought this up in our private chat. Just as far as the appearances did kind of make it a little bit too strenuous. I think it kind of took you out of it. with some of the, and I agree with you on that, because when I think back, I was
That's a
like,
good point, DNC.
good, but it did kind of, they did a lot of explaining for the casual fan. They did a lot of, this was a commercial and an introduction for casual. It was an introduction for people who want to, it's like the stories, right? Like you can always pick up in the stories and figure out what's going on and continue in the storyline. I feel like with all their products this week, this is what they did. They said, we're going to reset. We're going to let you know what's going on. And now that we're in this new era, you can follow along and pay $5,000 to go to the Royal Rumble.
Are you in the Royal Rumble?
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So the show, we got Triple H out there. After he did the speech, they did the video. They showed the ring and black ring with what was, all right, I wrote it down. There's a Netflix logo in the ring. There's a Fortnite logo. Riyadh season. They announced.
You know what they doing there?
Rumble going to Riyadh in 2026. Snickers, cricket, and Hulk Hogan Real American Beer. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Pure swill.
What? Not swill, shill. Rock came out with the he had the little bit of salt and pepper beer. He had the Cartiers on, which fam noted them shits are sold out. Them shits is gone.
They was gone before the show though. Like as soon as we looked at, as soon as we found them out, oh yeah, they was already gone.
They was out. They bought
they
them.
Probably knew. Were they new? Was that new?
They could be.
I don't know.
The site, I had to dig for them, but
they bought them shits quicker than they bought the jacket that Luigi Mangione had on. I'm sorry.
Cartier, Sidney Poitier, hooray shit. You know,
it was hype off of that.
Sorry.
The Rock went out there, and I think, he calls himself Final Boss, but he was really on his.
That wasn't Final Boss.
He was on his, I'm on the board at WWE, take a look at what, this extravaganza. He was hyping up Ted Sarandos. He up in the Yami. Yeah. He had, I don't know what ring that motherfucker had on. It was a big ass ring he had like on his pointer. I don't know what was going on. The main point of the Rock promo, and it was the real question, which kind of set off the whole, is he going to be at WrestleMania? What the fuck going on? Him and Cody cool? Now, mind,
he tried to fix it the next night.
He tried to fix it because niggas was talking, right?
I never saw it like that.
Talk about what?
Did you see them drinking the liquor outside the car in the parking lot?
They did sip some Terramana.
Again, let me be clear, right? I'm gonna give you an example. It's not a 1-to-1, but it's close.
Talk to me.
In the hood where I'm from, the whole hood didn't rock with other hoods, right? Like, so you may have beef within your hood, but whenever you go somewhere and you see people from your hood,
it's love.
Y'all are one because it's y'all against the other hood.
Cause fuck them niggas. Yes, I got you. I'm sorry, Mimi. I'm not pointing at you. I'm just saying them niggas in general.
Check email, Cal.
So I had an individual that I despise, right? Did not, whenever I saw him, it was never love. But whenever we were out, and if I saw him and we were not home, it was, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? It was always peace, because we are one when we're not home. It's not a 1-to-1, but again, it's WWE against everybody. So that's not my man, but tonight is us against everybody. Is how I see it. That's why you like, yo, I see what you're doing. You're doing your thing. Peace to you. But when we back on that shit, we back on that shit. Tonight we not on no shit. We gonna sip some drinks. You know what I mean? We're gonna celebrate.
In the same outfits.
Mimi, this picture, where does picture come from?
Mimi, you come from.
I found them. I'm sorry, hold on. I found them on Sunglasses Hut.
$5,100 for these damn Cartiers.
Ain't that normal?
No.
They was
I've never seen
13.
frames like
Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought
They
that
were
was. I
13
thought that
for
was
them.
normal.
Yeah.
I would never pay that much for a pair of Cartier glasses. That's just
I'm
ridiculous.
sorry. Wait 1 sec. I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
because they
That's,
sold
that's
out.
those are Skip Bayless prices.
There you go.
I
Like,
got that
that's
joke.
not
I
even
got that
Chanel.
joke.
I love Cartier, but like that's not
Peanut
even
butter
Chanel.
skin.
Like that's like it's Cartier. Cartier is good for jewelry, but like for a sunglass, I need me a Chanel, a
I like
Dior,
these.
something like that.
I need these.
But not for
Can I
a
put something in that? That's a little pouch. I could put like
I
No,
a.
don't
that's
like
like
that. Yeah, I
pit
don't like that
loafers.
pouch. It's leather.
That's
You
a penny
put it on your
loafer.
forehead, gonna sweat.
I could
You
put
know-
it like I could put a joint or like a quarter or something in there. Like what could I put in there?
Ain't no
To
that.
get the cart from Aldi.
Facts.
That's a low ass joint.
Now a little.
Yeah, so going back in the same outfit.
yeah.
Mimi, Mimi, you are from the 90s.
Okay.
You know hustlers. Right? Hustling niggas will wear the same clothes for days straight.
Hustling
Right.
lion niggas. Talk about you've been carrying in the company for the past year, for the past 8 months.
Has he
Lies.
been getting it? Has the man been getting it? Has he been getting it?
No,
He been getting it.
no.
Aldi
Why
quarter.
you
He
mad?
didn't even have a match, my nigga. He
He's on
ain't
a
even
whole
have a
nother show.
match.
He not
that
on
night.
Raw.
He's on a whole nother show.
It don't
Yeah.
matter.
It
Yes,
don't
no,
matter. It's
it
crazy.
He
matters.
the champion.
Well, I think the thing is, well, actually, I will say this: it may matter in terms of how many matches they were at least trying to have for that show. They already got 4 matches booked for next week. One of them is the women's Intercontinental Title final match that people was wondering if they was going to be on this show. Penta may be on that show next week. It may be the end of Damian
definitely
Priest and
next week.
Finn Balor. Like, I think when you really like what. For a 3-hour show to have 4 matches, there was a lot of stuff that could have been on that show, including a Cody match. But
It was a lot of filler.
I think they
It was a lot of
chose. Well, it was
That show was a commercial.
a big one.
That's what it's supposed to be.
This show was for none of us. Let's
Yes, Kofi.
let's keep it a buck. This
Right.
show
Wait,
wasn't
wait.
You got to
You
shake
know,
your mustache.
Solo Roman wasn't for us.
It was not for us. That was an introduction.
They on a whole nother show too, but they was on the
That
show.
was an introduction to Roman Reigns.
So
That was not
what
an introduction.
you know what it is?
Not an introduction to Roman Reigns. Thank you very much.
Well, but you know what that is.
That was definitely the way they framed it. If you watch the end of that match, everything they did was to show, hey, people from
That's the guy.
goddamn- Yeah, people from Netflix land is coming here for the first time. This is our guy.
Did y'all see his shoes?
Yeah, Kobe is on.
I don't know who did the customs, but I mean,
It was online.
he had the all blacks and then had these Yamins on after wearing Jordan for a minute. I think Fam is right. I almost liken it to like a like somebody who's not into Marvel and they go and they watch the first thing they watch from Marvel is Endgame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally getting not just the culmination of a story, but the new beginning in some aspects. And maybe, I don't know how much, I've not checked out any of the WWE content on Netflix, but for some of the people I know who were saying that was the first WWE match they ever watched, they've got hours of content on YouTube. They more like got hours of content on SmackDown somewhere. Like you can go back and at least relive that story to catch up to Friday.
But I watched when I came back into wrestling in November 2020 to see the Undertaker take his last ride in the pandemic era. Because shout out to Erica because you created a bill, sis, and I'm not here for it. But as soon as I watched that, because I had the $10 for the WWE Network, I went back and literally watched Mad Royal Rumbles, Mad WrestleManias, like that's what really got me loop back in. So they know exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I think it was very corporate driven. I think it was very remember us, come back. Absolutely, because there were people that don't watch wrestling that or did watch wrestling in my network. I was getting flooded with the text message. Once The Rock announced and they put that out, like I was just getting the constant text messages.
Yeah.
But I will say, every time for me, every time I do mention Roman Reigns or somebody looks at my phone, people know who he is without even watching wrestling. They do.
He's got that cachet now.
He's got that cachet now.
Because he's fine.
He's that. There were people asking, what was the question somebody asked, who's going to, because I guess now that you WWE is fully on Netflix, you can change your avatar, your profile pic for your account. And did you ask this, fam? Somebody asked this. Who would be your the WWE superstar that or who would be, no, matter of fact, Shoemaker asked this, who would be the best example of the WWE right now for your avatar on Netflix? And I think for a lot of people, we're going on 5 years of Roman Reigns kind of being this guy. It makes sense. They talk about him enough, and they gave him that reign enough. But
you know what's interesting is I logged on to Peacock, and the stuff is still there.
Oh yeah, all that. Yeah, they got to. They got to milk this now more than ever.
Because Bianca is my avatar on Peacock.
No, but even still, like we opened talking about 4.9 million, 2.6 million households. Like, if you've got WWE anything right now, that better be on the forefront, especially with a Saturday Night's Main Event coming up in like what 2-3 weeks. You gotta do that now, if you're smart.
Yeah, I mean, the PLEs are still over there.
The PLEs are going to be there at least until next year. I believe this is the last year.
The end of the year, right?
Yeah. It's fun.
I think my Peacock avatar is Ice-T from whatever that show, The Police. Ice-T, I believe. I
will say my Peacock avatar is the Tribal Chief.
Mine is the Peacock.
I set my mom's avatar as Ice-T, but
motherfuckers like this.
You're wild.
Mine is Oscar. Because at the time, Roman wasn't in the avatar space.
Yep. But when I did it, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. When
now.
You said what? Is Roman now?
It's Bianca now because I just changed.
Honestly, a piece of shit.
You stupid. All right, so Roman's got the Lola Falana, obviously.
Right.
I didn't know if it was going to be a turn. When Solo was talking, when he brought up that stipulation on the 3-hour SmackDown, which Triple H is saying, don't worry, at some point it may go back to 2 hours. I didn't know if they was going to try and put some fix in. What happened after that? Oh, so Rhea Ripley got her title back?
Yes.
It's over.
Rhea got her title back.
Hallelujah.
What you say? When you say it's over, you talking about Rhea Liv?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm assuming it's going to be an Io Sky or somebody else of I don't know who. I'd seen some talk that Becky Lynch, while she was not at Raw, I guess she's kind of penciled in for a return soonish.
There were no returns on this show.
There were. It was business.
It's the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because returns are not for casuals. Returns are for niggas that already know what's going on.
Them diehards.
I ain't even think about what no returns. Because was kind of, who coming back? Charlotte. They try to teach you who's there now.
Exactly.
And then you'll learn. Because what's going to happen is when someone does return, Michael Cole's going to give that. She was the such and such champion this many times and did this and that.
Right.
And that's.
Did y'all hear the story? Matt, I'm again jumping the gun. Right before the CM Punk Seth Rollins match, Michael Cole starts talking about how Seth Rollins, when he was training, he went to CM Punk and
Cody Lopez.
He specifically said Kobe Lopez, and because shout out to Seahawk. Shout out to facts. Shout out to Seahawk. I edited a feature that Seahawk did, and he briefly mentioned that Seth Rollins had a beef with Drew McIntyre. Briefly mentioned that Seth Rollins and CM Punk had a beef, but he didn't get into it because he was like, "Fuck them niggas." But it was ill because Michael Cole, he ran the whole story down. That had to be like a good paragraph or two in his script. Like they are definitely letting the people who were just tuning in know, oh, he looked like $1 million. He looked like he's the reason you should be watching. Here's why. Here's why he's pissed off at that dude. You're not getting that every week. You don't need it. I like it.
I like it too.
Did you like that CM Punk one?
Yeah.
I hated it.
Why?
Where else were we going?
It was amazing.
Wait, what?
Where else were we going?
It's not about where else were we going. I just didn't like it. How about that?
Right.
No, that was a legit question. I didn't know where else we could go.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if WWE is ready for building CM Punk to whatever WrestleMania main event, and also being like, hey, Seth Rollins, you're going to the moon too. At some point, somebody's got to be lower in the card.
Seth's already.
It should not be Seth.
Seth's already at the moon.
If he's already at the moon, then he should not be jobbing to new people that want to come back to the fucking company.
Losing in a main event to CM Punk.
This is me being Markish right now. So let me be Markish right now. I don't care. I don't care about a path. I don't care about a story. I just care that he continuously keeps losing to these losers that decide to come back.
What if that's the story, though?
I hate it. I hate it. I just hate
it. Mimi, you about to be pissed off on the whole road to WrestleMania because damn if it's not the CM Punk train right now.
It's the Punk train.
He made his he pointed in the damn direction where he gonna hit that ball, and he's moving in that direction.
So I'm gonna be honest.
Lose.
This is a huge show, right? This is one of the bigger shows, period.
Yes.
I think they did this to tell folks like CM Punk is one of these people, XYZ at the end of the day, but also they were telling Punk that too. I think that was their message, like, yo, this dude, this
is it.
Yeah, you one of our guys.
What if? Because the other guy that was there on Monday, I mean, speaking of returns, John Cena was out there, Dodger Blue. But John Cena
I like that colors.
It looked nice.
He let y'all know.
It looked nice on his milk white skin.
Hey. He let.
I don't like it at all.
You're wilding.
Man, he looked like the ropes.
You're. Shut the.
Like, yo, you came straight from Boston.
Shut up.
Man,
John Cena came back, and the one like the Dodger Blue is cool.
Mm-hmm. Dodger Blue is fire.
Don't stand John Cena. I know you not that dumb. Don't stand in this ring and try to play to me like you just realized that, oh shit, I could go to the Royal Rumble and get me a title shot for the title. Like, come on, I like don't be dumb to me. But I do think that we might be in a situation where maybe WWE is saying the same thing to CM Punk. Because at a certain point, if this is John Cena's last year, how many more years this guy got left?
He got one.
One.
That guy has one left.
What?
This is why you don't see him. What did they say? This is his first. This is his first Raw. This is the first time he wrestled in Raw.
That nigga up, bro.
4,000. It's been like 4,000 days since he wrestled on Raw. It's
been a minute, yeah.
Because he can't. He can't. So he got 1 year left. He gonna get the Mania, and then we might see him as a special guest. Maybe
there's only 1 year left.
Maybe he gonna have donuts and shit like that. That he gonna
the muffins.
muffins. That's it.
Big
That's
big
it.
biz.
I don't think we can call this episode Milk White Skin. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Ew.
Why not?
I
Ew.
I think Cena.
put on the list, but it's not. I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can do it.
I think Phil is already kind of telegraphing that he is not going to be doing this for too long because he already talks about doing stuff behind the scenes and
Continue to
working
do
with
that.
NXT
Continue
and
to
all
do
of that. You know, I think he's injury prone. The fact that here's the thing, right? And this is something I have to remind myself. As a character, I can't stand CM Punk.
Damn.
Behind the scene, I can't stand.
Damn.
But
You don't like the man either.
I gotta remember that I don't know this man in real life, and that's something I have to constantly. I think every wrestling fan needs to remember.
Stop marking.
These people are, and you can mark. I think that's healthy too. I think it is healthy to mark for
Look.
I whip my hand back and
love.
forth.
But when it gets to like, I have to remember that this man behind the scenes
He's a man.
may be really cool. He may be,
That's
he
nice.
may be,
Dad,
that kind of thing. But as a character, I cannot stand CM Punk.
Dad,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dad.
Keep it
I
above.
feel you. I feel you, and
It wasn't me.
we know who it is. I ain't
No,
no
we don't.
snitch. I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, all right.
Shout out to my cousin.
See,
right?
nigga.
So right,
I'm sorry, champ. Don't worry about that.
there was a point in time where I did not like Charlotte Flair.
Talk about it.
There's a point in time when this podcast did not like Charlotte Flair. No sell it, Cal.
Oh wow!
Minus me.
No, this was before. This was before me.
Okay.
This was before me. We did not rock with Charlotte Flair like that.
And I love
Pardon me, my bad, Dad. I know you love her, but when I saw Charlotte Flair stand outside with them kids, them black kids, and sign them all and dance and talk to them, stopped in the middle of traffic, I said, "Yo, how could I not love her?"
Mark Henry said the same thing.
I can tell you why, but keep going.
So when I watched CM Punk at the end of Raw, having that interview, and he was like Chris Bay.
Shout out. This is for Chris Bay, yeah.
I said,
1 second. I gave him props 1 second.
I
When he
said
did that just for a couple of hours, and I was
How
like,
can I-
"Fuck you back."
Mimi said he's got it for the rest of the night. I'll win in the morning. We'll see how I
fuck you
feel.
again.
I gotta rock with him.
Because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to say
He did
shit.
it.
Yeah, he didn't have to
Fuck
do
you
none of
again.
that.
And then he did it. Didn't he do it again?
I
thought
don't
He
know.
said it more than I thought. He said it twice.
I think they
I
just
was
showed
like-
it a million times.
They did show that,
Oh,
that clip a lot, but I'm not sure. I don't know either way. But
I
But you
can't. I
probably trying to
can't.
put sauce on it. No.
I can't rock. I can't not rock with him.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing, right? Because we got to remember, yes, this is pro wrestling, this is sports entertainment, and when it was Vince, but this is also a television show,
right.
and these people play characters, and we have to be able to separate the character from the actual person. And it just so happens that I love Charlotte Flair as a character, and I love the person that I see in interviews.
Put that shit on. She be putting that shit on.
You know, I love both. And what I love about King Flair, and I can't wait for it to come back, is that King Flair behind the scenes is probably a very she strikes me as a very not meek, but she's not Charlotte Flair. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
funny is, so what you're saying is, for me, why it took me all her good matches to care for, because I feel like that shows, and I think it still shows when Charlotte is a good guy. Now, when Charlotte gets to be the mean girl character,
Why she ain't mother? Why she king?
Oh, because King is bigger than Mother. It's King Flair.
I don't.
It's King Flair.
ain't
Quite
that one of
possible.
T.I.'s kids?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. But it's
The
King
one
Flair.
with the big, goddamn.
Yeah, the Yamin one. Yeah.
Some people is Mother, Mother Green, right? But she ain't King Green. Charlotte Flair, that's King Flair.
No, I don't want tweener Charlotte. I need bad guy Charlotte.
Yeah, she needs to be a
Shout out to the family in the
motherfucker.
I don't know. As long as she out there.
Yeah,
Speak, speaking of women's wrestling, a
was a
lot of people
great
were.
week for women's wrestling.
Well, I mean, and this is probably this was when I realized that they said, "Oh yeah, we you gonna give the people what they want." Like this is definitely end of the story. What's the next chapter? I'm assuming again. I believe we spoke about this briefly. I'm assuming it's Io Sky challenging her next or soon.
I wanted to be Dom Mysterio.
I thought she was about to beat him up. She put the belt down like she was about to fuck him up.
That's what I want to see.
She did.
I want that. I mean,
You think they go
that fight?
No,
I don't think they're going to do it.
You
I
can't
do not
do
think
that.
they're going to do it.
You cannot.
He's not wrestling for that title.
You can't because
that would
you
be
put
no chin music ish.
you put the women's title on the back burner for her to get the Judgment Day over for damn near a year.
Yeah.
So you cannot do that.
Yeah.
It could be Jordan Grace.
Nah, it's too early for that. She's got to be introduced first.
Well, Jordan Grace already did the Rumble 2024.
It's not enough.
We've got a Rumble coming up in a couple of weeks.
Me and Dap at the steakhouse.
You could be. I'm not saying WrestleMania because that's not a WrestleMania match, but Jordan. There's only. I feel like we had this conversation recently. She's already beat Liv Morgan. You've got Io Sky. Who else looks like a viable contender for this title on Raw against Rhea Ripley on Netflix?
Well, Roxanne on her
Thank
way,
you, fam.
She's not gonna win it.
It ain't no
this early. I think that Io Sky is definitely in the picture. I think Becky's on her way back. Becky was actually in town. She was in LA.
I heard she wasn't at the Dome though.
Yeah, she got canceled for another person that we're gonna talk about later.
We almost there soon, ain't we? Hold
on. King Flair is imminent, but I think King Flair going to SmackDown. It's interesting. I think the women's title picture, they've reset everything from NXT to main roster.
Oh yeah.
With the exception of they've reset all of the titles.
They reset everything. Over the last couple of weeks, they've reset everything, yeah.
Like literally within a week. They reset SmackDown with Tiffany, Raw with Rhea, NXT with Julia, and recently, Bubba Green got the United States, and then this week coming up, we're ready to get the IC champion. So we will be starting off the beginning of the year with a total new set of champions for the women's division.
And we're about to get a new women's IC champion as well. So yeah, no, it's going to be. It's that I don't want to say a clean slate. It's definitely a fresh start for a lot of these divisions. So after that, you said Mother Green, and then we went to the Fiend. That's a joint. I got this photo off of WWE.com. Jay Uso went on record to say that he wished he could have inhaled it, but he had to work, which is like that's smart. Like I don't care what you do, you let him know. I understand what the situation was. I know where he was at, but
never go full Eric Benet.
You cannot
never.
And don't they get tested for weed? They can't smoke weed.
No,
wait.
They can't smoke grass?
They can smoke now.
I thought they can smoke.
No.
Okay.
No, they can smoke.
Thank God he didn't decide to do it on TV.
Remember, Liv Morgan got pulled over and she had weed in the car, and all the stories was, Liv Morgan good over. This was before the revenge tour really kicked off. Like they're not tripping off that stuff. I'm gonna tell you like this. You have to be Travis Scott to be able to walk into a basketball arena,
a brand new basketball
arena with a joint and a lighter. Where can you go to get a lighter past a metal detector
without boofing it?
No way he boofed that.
He didn't come in through a metal detector.
He came in through the damn the production
right.
situation. His fucking truck was because he was back there with The Rock, wasn't he?
That might have been on that nigga rider.
Hey, I'm gonna need one joint of that OG.
In a jar that fire.
Yeah, whatever the strain is.
And a white woman to roll it.
Let me get that fiend. Let me get a joint of that fiend.
I'm not.
I don't want that.
All them kids, they all smoking this. Was he supposed to perform? Am I tripping? I thought he was supposed to perform.
He definitely was.
Oh, he was. I didn't recall him.
I saw. Was it in the scrum? Triple H talked about the relationship, which it sounds like a lot of the relationships that Travis Scott has, were like he is an idea person, and from what Triple H was saying was like they had a conversation and they had a list of ideas, and they were like, let's talk next week and see what would still make the list. And I feel maybe it started out as Travis Scott going to do a concert at Raw, and then it turned into Travis Scott got a joint with Jey Uso. He didn't look like he even cared about the yeet shit. He just wanted to get to his seat.
Yo, wait for these WWE weed strains, because they dip in every market. Wait for these WWE weed strains.
Wait, what's the first strain? What's the first real strain?
The Undertaker.
The yeet. You smoking the yeet?
I don't want the yeet. Or the
Why not? Everybody smoked the yeet.
I mean,
yeet might be like the chronic at a certain point. Everybody want that shit.
Undertaker, Stone Cold, China, The Rock.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Nah, the more and more we see things, I don't know how cool these niggas is.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Stone Cold in the WWE? I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, that's actually.
I feel like we should have. There's no way Steve Williams wasn't supposed to be in that building on Monday.
So, all right. So.
I don't know if he's still. I don't know, because still Stone Cold is. I wanted him at WrestleMania. He didn't show up there. WrestleMania 40.
He showed up when Vince was there, though, didn't
he? He was there. He had the with Kevin Owens. No, that was the last time he was at Mania.
Yeah, that was
I think that might be the tell. Is the last person to catch an awful stunner.